All right. I think I'm live. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before I start really getting into it and see who shows up, who doesn't show up. Give people time to get in here. But I do have a lot to say on this. And I really can't believe I live in a world like this. I see so many people that pose as intelligent people, and they're posers. And they support this guy, they support the other guy, they support whoever they support. Whenever I see somebody that is into politics to the point where they're saying things like, I'll take a bullet for this guy, and they don't realize how fake politics are, I think that person is a complete idiot. No matter how smart they pose themselves to be or present themselves to be, or how many people they fool or how many people they trick. But with that being said, I'm going to wait a couple of minutes and then I'm going to really get into it. And hopefully people show up and then we can have a conversation about this. All right. If you're here, welcome, welcome. I'm going to get into it and just I want to wait a little bit longer, maybe like another minute. I really want people to get in here because I have a lot of things to say and I don't want people to miss what I'm going to say. Let's just say I see through the whole BS. I see everything. And I don't see a lot of people that see everything. So for me it's very, how do I say this? Disheartening, I guess is the best word. To live in a world, to know that I live in a world like this where so many people are fooled by things that are easy for me to see. I mean, it's clear as day what's happening, but yet and still, so many people believe in this stuff. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's the best way to say this, but I'm gonna wait another minute and then I'll get into it. All right. Well, I'm just gonna start talking because I have a lot of things to say. So fuck it. All right. So when I say fake, people take that word to the 100% maximum, and they think I mean that the event didn't happen or that people didn't get shot. No, Trump got shot, and people died. I believe at least one person died, and another person was injured. And this happened, right? But when I say fake, I don't mean fake as in the event didn't take place, right? I mean fake as in it was staged and it was manufactured. It was created as a situation purposely for what's happening to happen. In other words, for people to be more sympathetic towards Trump. Now, I don't know exactly, but I can conjure up or guess what the plan is, what they're trying to do, because I've heard this before. I've actually heard Kim Goguen talk about this. And even if I've never heard Kim Goguen talk about this, I could have just made sense out of it myself. But the short of the story is they want Trump to be as sympathetic as possible because they want as many people to support Trump as possible. Now, if you look at and when I say they, I'm talking about the evil ones that control the world. I talk about this in my videos all the time. So when you look at the world and you look at what's happening and you look at the last election, Trump was basically Trump got the most votes ever, apparently, for any president, except that Biden got more votes. So the problem with that is they want you to believe that was a real thing that actually happened like that, right? And I'm not going to get too specific because YouTube, right? But I think you guys know what I'm saying. They want you to believe that that situation, that event where people are elected as the leaders of the United States, that was a real thing. Like, that happened how it happened. It was legitimate. Biden really won. He's the real president. That's what they want you to believe. But even back then, in 2020, I barely saw anyone that cared about Biden or supported Biden. There were very few people that actually took him serious. So I was looking around where people were saying, oh, this is going to be a close election, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but I don't see any Biden support. And that was in 2020. I didn't see any Biden support. So I'm like, how did this man win this election? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I already knew politics were fake. But the fact that they would present these numbers to the American people and the everyday person as facts, and everyone just accepted it. Not everyone, but, you know, people are like, well, that's just what happened. Biden won. And I'm like, wow. I've even heard people like Tim Pool say, oh, Biden won because they did ballot harvesting and all this other dumb shit. And I'm like, dude, if you really believe that, you're a fucking dumbass. And Tim Pool is supposedly a credible person, someone that people trust, and they think he's intelligent or whatever. Yet this dumb motherfucker is saying, oh, Biden won legitimately. I hate when Trump says that the election was fake, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to get too much into that because of YouTube. But what I will say is, when I saw that, I was like, wow, they'll just blatantly do this in front of people. and they don't care anymore. They don't care if people think it's real or not. They don't care if people think it's legitimate. They're just going to do whatever the fuck they want. And when I say they or they're, I'm talking about the evil ones that control the world. I've talked about this so many times on my videos. There are demons that control the world. Period. I don't care if you believe that or not. That's the truth of the matter. Now, they control the world. They control all the governments. They control the corporations. They control everything. Anything that's important in the world that structures the world in the way that it is, that creates society, these demons control. So they can put out, especially the media, they can put out whatever narrative they want out there. They can make any election happen in the way they want. They can make any movie they want. They can do anything they want because they control everything. That's just the bottom line. So when you see all this evil going on in the world, it's not a surprise to me anyways why it's happening, because I know who's controlling the world. So when I see everything, it just makes sense. I'm like, I already know who's doing this, but the average person doesn't. So most people believe that the things they're seeing are actually legitimate. They're like, oh yeah, this is really happening like this. Like this assassination attempt. They're like, oh, this is real. This really happened like this. Some random person just tried to kill Trump. Well, I don't buy that, right? I don't buy that it was just some random person trying to kill Trump. It's so funny because there's so many little clues that are dropped throughout these events that tell you what really happened. But most people want to focus on the lies instead of the truth. They don't look for all the evidence and all the information. They just say, oh, this fits the story that I want to hear that makes sense to me. So a random Antifa guy shot Trump, and that's what I want to believe because I hate the left, and that's the end of it. Nothing else matters. That's all people want to believe. But they don't understand, most normal normies or whatever you want to call it, average everyday Joes, right? They don't understand that there's a program that you can look up. You can find the information on your own called MK Ultra, where you can mind control people to do crazy things like assassination attempts on presidents or former presidents. That's actually happened before. That's actually what happened to JFK. But people don't know that. People don't know what the real truth is. They think, oh, it's just some random dude just showed up. And then if you look, there's a clip out there of some dude that actually saw the shooter go up on the roof. This is the truth, right? This is what people don't want to acknowledge. They want to pretend this didn't happen. But there was a dude that said, hey, I saw this dude going up on the roof with a rifle, and I was telling the police and the Secret Service and all of them, I said, hey, look over there. This dude is going up on the roof. You guys need to do something about that. And the police and the Secret Service ignored him. Now, I saw an overhead shot of where the dude was on the roof and where Trump was. And there's no way in hell that police and Secret Service didn't secure that area. Meaning they should have secured that area. And if they didn't, then that's a complete and utter failure. Mind you, I'm not political. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about Biden. I don't care about any of this shit. I'm just talking about it from the perspective of someone that sees the truth of what's really going on. So I'm just trying to shed light on the truth, right? So you have somebody going up on the roof, and you have this dude who's like, hey, telling the police and the Secret Service, look up there. There's somebody with a rifle on the roof, and the police and the Secret Service don't do anything. They just let the guy be up there. Not to mention, there weren't that many buildings around. So there should have been, this guy should have been spotted. He was spotted. As a matter of fact, let me just say what the truth is. He was planted there on purpose because they wanted this dude to shoot Trump. Now here's where it becomes fake. He did really shoot Trump, and people are like, oh, no, he missed. Thank God he missed, because if he would have shot a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, whatever, he missed by a couple of inches, he could have killed Trump. This is from me, right? The real truth from me. He purposely missed Trump, and he purposely shot his ear. I don't think he was trying to kill Trump. I don't think that was the plan at all. The plan was to shoot Trump, but not to kill Trump. That was the plan. Why? Because this whole fucking thing is a show. That's all this shit is. I feel sorry for Trump supporters. Some of the bravest and smartest people, yet they keep following this motherfucker to their doom. Did you guys not learn from January 6th? I mean, how many things have to happen at Trump rallies before you guys realize this guy's leading you to your doom? And it's sad because people have to die at these events. It shouldn't happen like that. You can blame whoever the fuck you want. But the bottom line is, you go to a Trump event, your life is at risk. Your life is in danger. And that's up to you if you want to go and support him and put your life in danger. That's your business. But long story short, this man who shot Trump, I promise you this man was trained by the U.S. military, or the U.S. Secret Service, or whoever trained him. And they trained him to shoot Trump in the manner in which he did, which is to shoot his ear, and that's it. Let me give you guys a little bit of background on myself, and I've talked about this in other videos. I was in the military, and my drill sergeant was a sniper. He was an Army Ranger sniper. That's what this dude was. He was very, very skilled at shooting a rifle. He taught me how to shoot. I'm very skilled at shooting a rifle because of this man. And I can promise you that if I wanted to do what this man did, which is shoot somebody's ear off, I could do that. So I promise you, this man who shot Trump, he was trained to do exactly what he did. That's all I'm going to say about that. So you guys can believe that whatever the fuck you want to believe, right? Believe whatever the fuck you want, because people are just, they're stupid. It's like, you don't want to hear the truth, you want to hear lies. And I think a lot of my viewers are actually pretty smart, so I'm not really talking to you guys. But if you're coming in here to watch me and you're not one of my regular viewers and you think this shit is real, again, I'm not saying it's fake, that people got shot. That's not the fake part. The fake part is that they want you to think this was a real assassination attempt. It was a fake assassination attempt, but it was an attempt nonetheless. And it's being made to look like it's real to get more people to support Trump. Now, I'm going to say this. If Trump loses the election after all of this, after him almost going to jail and becoming a convicted felon, I don't even know if he's going to go to jail or not. I believe they haven't even done the sentencing yet, right? So after he becomes a convicted felon, after they do all these things, impeach him, they do all these things to make him look like a clown, right? And that's why I call him a clown when I make the videos, because he's a clown in his own show. He knows what he's doing, but he's making himself look like a clown so that people can be sympathetic to him. That's what's happening. And the funny thing is, people believe this shit. They're like, oh, look at Trump. He's so strong. He's standing up. You know why this motherfucker was raising his fist when he got shot? Because he already knew the event was over. He knew what the event was. It was rehearsed. They knew what was going to happen. Trump knew. He knew he was going to get shot at or shot. He didn't know. Maybe the only thing that Trump didn't know was if the shooter was going to hit him or not. But he knew there was going to be a fake assassination attempt. So once you heard there was audio where Secret Service was like, oh yeah, this man is down. He's down. The shooter's down, right? Once that audio came out, Trump was all confident and shit, like, oh yeah, I can put my hand up now. I'm safe. But he knew he was going to be safe anyway, because he knew that the Secret Service was going to take this guy out. So he knew the whole plan. That's what's really happening. I'm telling you the truth. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm telling you guys what the truth is. So since Trump knew what was going to happen and he knew the shooter was down, he knew it was safe to stand up and try to go back to the podium. But of course they have to put on a show, right? So he's putting his hand up like, oh, look at me. I got shot. I'm bleeding. I'm such a powerful hero, whatever. And the Secret Service is like, nah, dude, you got to calm down. And the reason why they're doing that is because it's a show. They want to make it look real, right? Like, oh, no, you got to get out of here, Trump. Come on, we got to save you. Bullshit. He was never really in any danger. The only danger is if the shooter would have missed. And that's the part where people are confused. They think the shooter missed, but he didn't. The shooter actually shot Trump where he wanted to shoot him, where he was supposed to shoot him, where the script told him to shoot him. Again, I'm not a leftist or a righty or whatever. I'm not political whatsoever. If you watch my videos on Trump and Biden, you'll see that. I don't support any fucking party. I support myself. I'm a one-man party. I'm all alone. I'm on an island. But the reason why I'm on an island is because I speak the real truth. That's why. And I see the whole fucking game. But other people can't see what I see. And that's why I made this channel, to show you guys what the truth is. But you guys can believe whatever you want. All I'm telling you is Trump is being made. Now, this is the part that I don't know. And I'll know more as, probably during the election. They're probably going to keep this a secret where nobody's going to figure this part out. But I don't know if Trump's going to win or not. I don't know if the game is to get as many people to support Trump so that he can lose the election again, and to show you guys how much of a con show the election really is, or if they legitimately want Trump to win. I don't know what that part is. That's the only thing I don't know. But if Trump loses, I swear to God, it'll be the funniest thing in the history of mankind if he loses the election after all this shit. And I don't, it's hard for me to feel sorry for people that are this stupid, because I used to think, this is the truth, I used to think Trump supporters were smart. And I even said it earlier in this live. I said they're smart people, but the more I see the things they get involved in and the shit that happens to them, it's hard for me to think that they're smart. I'm like, how many times do things have to happen to you at Trump rallies before you realize this man's leading you into a trap? He's making you don't have to go to a Trump rally if you support Trump. Just support his ass. Stay your ass home where it's safe so you don't get fucking shot or you don't end up in jail like January 6th. That's all that's happening to your ass when you go down there. Trump is leading your ass to the slaughter. He's leading you into traps, and you people keep falling for it. Hey, do you. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. I will never follow any man to my doom. If I am doomed, it's my own fault. I will lead myself to my own doom, but I will never follow someone else to doom me. Fuck that. It is what it is. I'm not a sheep, but there are a lot of sheeps in this fucking world. So now there's this thing going around where people are saying, oh, the shooter just elected Trump. Okay, we'll see about that. We'll see if he really did elect Trump. But the one thing I see that's happening is that they want people to support Trump. They want everyone to support Trump. I don't know why they, and when I say they, I'm going to say this again, the ones that control the world, the evil ones, the deep state, whatever you want to call them. They want people to support Trump. I don't know why. That's the only thing I'm still trying to figure out. If I had to guess, I would say because he's going to lose the election again. I don't know who he's going to run against because there's talk about Biden dropping out or whatever. But whatever happens, it's going to be a fucking shit show. And I promise you, I'm going to make another prediction. Because I already predicted they were going to try to assassinate Trump. I predicted it on my old channel 3 years ago. I predicted it on this channel. If you go watch my old Trump and Biden videos, I already knew they were going to try to kill this motherfucker. I already knew. Because it's part of the fucking show. But I'm going to make another prediction right now. And I'm going to make a video about this too because this is important. The election, this 2024 election, it's not going to happen on the first day. Meaning, you're not going to know who the president is on the first day, which used to be the tradition, right? Usually by the end of the first day, you knew who the fuck the president was. And the next day you'd wake up and everybody knew who the fuck the president was. Well, that's not going to happen this time. Didn't happen last time. It's not going to happen this time. And this time it's going to be a lot worse, meaning there's going to be a lot more drama, a lot more crazy shit happening. That's all I'm going to say. I dare say there might even be a civil war because if they're trying to kill Trump already, and you know why they're doing shit like this? This is another reason why they're doing this kind of shit. Because they're trying to get people radicalized. They're trying to get everybody hyped up. They're trying to get people crazed. Like they want people to go insane and say, oh, we can't trust the left. We can't trust the right. They're trying to divide the country more and more and more so that there can be a civil war. Because right now, even though the two sides hate each other, most people don't really care. Most people don't really want to kill each other. They're just like, whatever. You're a leftist. I'm a righty. I'm going to stay over here. You stay over there. Leave me the fuck alone. That's what's happening. And that's bad enough as it is. Because before it used to be nobody cared about politics. Whatever your politics were, nobody cared about it. People were friends. They didn't care. Now, if you're a leftist or a righty, you don't like the other side. But what they really want is not just for people not to like each other. They want people to kill each other. So they're going to do their damnness to get both sides to hate each other to a point where they're crazy enough to kill each other. And that's what will cause a civil war. So this is part of that as well, right? So they're trying to get people to support Trump for some odd reason, which I'm still trying to figure out. But they also want both sides to hate each other. And they want the right to become more violent because the right is not as violent as the left. And if the right they continue to be pacifists, then they can't have their civil war. And when I say they, I'm talking about the evil ones that control the world. They can't have a civil war between the left and the right if the right is full of pacifists that don't want to fight or do anything. That's what's happening. So they're like, how can we get the right more hyped up? How can we get the right to hate the left more? That's what's happening. And it is what it is. You do you. You hate who you want, support who you want, believe what you want. I'm not participating in any of this shit. I'm just going to watch from the sidelines and I'm going to speak the truth. And I'm going to tell you guys what to watch out for. But a lot of people really believe in this shit. A lot of people that present themselves to be intelligent really buy this political shit. And it's not just here. It's all over the fucking world. I'd say 99% of the world's population believes in politics. At least 99%. That's pretty bad. Because that means there's 99% of the world is retarded. That's the truth. Very few people can see past this shit. Very few that I've even met in my life. I've talked to thousands of people, and there are very few people that I've met that don't believe in politics. It's so small. I could probably count it on my hands. That's how few people believe in this shit. And I like to believe a lot of people that watch my channel don't believe in politics either, but I haven't talked to everybody on my channel, so I can't really vouch for them, right? I can only vouch for the people I've talked to. But anyways, so then again, I'd say that it's harder to miss the shot than to hit the shot. I'd say that. And that's from my own training, right? Because I have sniper training. So I can tell you it's harder to miss that shot than to hit that shot. So I promise you that man was trying to aim for Trump's ear. Or maybe his shoulder. He wasn't trying to kill Trump. That wasn't his intent. Hey, what's up, Orlando? Appreciate you stopping by. If you want to say anything, say anything. I'm here. I do these lives to talk to people, but a lot of times people are quiet. But I appreciate you dropping a comment. You can say whatever you want, man. Let me see. So let me see what else. Again, like I said earlier, if Trump loses this election, I don't know how much. Let me say it in a better way. The election shouldn't even be close. If the election is even close, it's fake as fuck. Let alone if he loses. He shouldn't have lost in 2020, but I'm not going to talk too much about that because YouTube has rules about that. But you get what I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. But I want to show you how crazy this world is, because you guys need to know how deep the rabbit hole really goes. How deep the deep state really goes. Trump is a puppet of the deep state. He's willing, for power, to put his own life in jeopardy. Because if that sniper would have missed and actually hit Trump in the head, Trump would be dead. But these people, these evil demons that control the world, and Trump is part of them, they don't even care about their own lives. All they care about is power. That's all they give a fuck about is power. And if they don't have power, they'll destroy everything, including themselves. These are the kind of people, or the kind of demons, that are controlling the world. So you guys need to understand that. That's what's happening. So if you guys think that Trump is too good to plan his own assassination, you're out of your fucking mind. He wanted to get shot. That's why the motherfucker's standing up like, oh yeah, I got shot. That's how crazy the motherfucker is. And to him, he's putting on a show for the people. Oh, I'm so strong. Look at me, I got shot. And everybody buys this shit. I'm like, wow. World is really full of fucking retards, isn't it? You guys really believe this man is not putting on a show right now? That's all he's ever done. He's fake as fuck. But people really believe that Trump is legitimate. And that's why I attack Trump more than Biden. Because Biden, you can see how fake the motherfucker is. You can see he's decrepit. You can see he's useless. You can see he's done. I don't need to explain what's going on with Biden. And like I've said in my videos, if I need to explain to you what's going on with Biden, then you're a fucking retard. And you're a lost cause. Because you should be able to see what's going on with Biden with your own eyes. Nobody should have to tell you what's happening with Biden. So I've had Trump supporters say, oh, why you don't talk about Biden? I'm like, why do I need to talk about Biden? Everybody can fucking see the motherfucker's done. And if you refuse to accept that Biden is a walking corpse, then I can't help you. There's nothing I can say to you that's going to help you understand that Biden is fucked. Hey, what's up, Taro? Yep, totally fake. He's very controlled. Most people are still going for it, but some of us get it. I appreciate that. And that's why I like my viewers and the people that are sub to me, because I think most of you guys understand what's going on. And even though I only have 705 subscribers, I think the 705 people that are subscribed are real people. Or as I like to say, real motherfuckers. You guys are real because you guys know what's going on. You know the truth. And by the way, I know this is a little off topic, but if you can hit the like button, it'll help the algorithm get my video and my just get the stream out to more people. But regardless, you guys get what's happening, and I don't have a lot of times I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, to be honest. And I don't want to do that, right? I don't want to belittle the intelligence of my viewers, because a lot of you guys, you're on the ball. You know what's going on. You know the truth. You know all of this shit. So me talking about this is like, you guys already know what's going on. But there are a lot of people in this world that don't, right? And you guys are the very small niche minority of intelligent people in the world that actually can see through all the bullshit. But it is what it is, right? I can only talk to who watches. I can only talk to the people that sub. I can only talk to the people that watch my videos. There's nothing else I can do about that. But again, I feel bad a little bit, not a lot, for Trump supporters, because I'll give them this. They're brave. They're brave to be supporting this man and going to all these rallies and putting themselves in harm's way. And I'll give them a little credit for that. But that's not doing anything except getting them into situations that are detrimental to their lives, literally. Again, January 6th. Again, this. People are dying and going to jail every time they go to a Trump rally. And I'm not saying go support Biden either, because again, I'm not political. I don't support any of this garbage. I see through all of it. But the problem is, most people believe in this stuff. They think it's real. They think Trump is legit. They think he's their savior. And he's not saving anyone. Trump only cares about presenting himself as the savior, not actually being the savior, because he's working with the evil ones. He's working with the deep state. He's a puppet for the demons. So his role, and I've said this in my videos, Trump's role is to be the good guy. That's what his role is, to present himself as the savior, as the good person between him and Biden. And obviously Biden and the left are the bad guys, right? That's the game. The game is, here are the good guys, here are the bad guys. That's all this shit is. It's all bullshit. But people think, oh, Trump is real. I'm going to support him. He's going to save me. But he's not saving anyone. Taro says, we still need to speak the truth. People will stumble upon your channel. Just got to keep talking. Yeah, I wasn't going to go live today, but after I saw this, I was like, I need to talk about this, because I saw so many fucking people talking about this and so much bullshit. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. How many people are this fucking dumb? Like, it's ridiculous. And there are a lot of people that are big streamers or popular that people really think are legitimate people, and they're dumb as fuck. They're like, oh, I love Trump. Can you believe they tried to kill Trump? Ho, ho, ho. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so stupid. You don't see what's happening? Hey, Tanya. Tanya said, I support Kimberly Goguen. Cool. Yeah, I have a lot of people that support Kimberly Goguen. That's good. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Kimberly Goguen soon. I just want to keep talking about this Trump situation, because it's pretty, recent, and it's happening right now. But it is what it is. Taro says, yeah, he's a total actor. Yeah, and Kimberly Goguen has talked about this, right? Kimberly Goguen has put this out. And she's one of the people that I want to, because I already knew all this shit was fake, right? But she put the pieces into a pretty picture for me. Because I had the pieces, but she put them in a pretty little picture. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. More than I already saw. But she talked about how Biden works for Trump, part of the Black Dragon family and all that shit. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? If you watch Kimberly and Goguen. And Biden is a puppet for Trump, and Trump is controlling Biden, and Trump is not a real person. He's actually a clone, and Biden is a clone, and all this other shit, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. But long story short, whether they're clones or not, whether they're real people or not, the point still stands that they're both puppets for the true deep state, right? Not the deep state that people think is the deep state, but I mean the demons, the aliens, the others, whatever you want to call them. Those are the real bad guys that they're in the shadows and people don't know. There's so much evil going on in the world that's clear to see with your eyes, But the problem is that people are being fooled into believing that there are humans that are doing all of this when it's not. Humans don't do this kind of shit. Most people want to get along and just live their lives and be peaceful. That's how most people are. But sadly, with that passiveness and pacifist mentality, it also breeds laziness and ignorance, because those same people who want to live peacefully don't want to do the work that it takes to fix the world. And they're like, oh, you know what? As long as I'm good, everything will work out. But look at the fucking world. Is the world working out? Are things good? And how long until you live in your little bubble and then the world collapses in around you because you just sat there and didn't do anything, praying and doing your namaste meditations? Next thing you know, they're coming after your ass. Because you sat there and you let the world crumble around you. You had a chance to do something. You didn't do anything. And you thought if you were a good little boy, good little girl, sending out your positive vibes, that it was going to change the world. That's not how this shit works. And that's why Kimberly Goguen exists. Because she knows that it's not as simple as just praying and sending out positive vibes and that's going to fix everything. That's not how it works at all. And when she talks to people and she puts out her information, she's trying to wake people up so that people can do something about it. She's trying to motivate people to change the world. And she's said many times, at least the last time I watched her, that she's not anyone's savior. She's going to give you the information and then you guys got to do the work to fix the world. That's how it works. It's not going to magically get fixed by people just thinking positive vibes. I wish it was that simple, but here's the problem. You live in a world where there are people that don't think like you. So their negative vibes are conflicting with your positive vibes, and there's way more negative vibes than positive vibes. And guess what? That negativity is overpowering the positive. That's how it works. That's what's happening. If you don't believe me, open your eyes, look at the world. That's all you got to do. It's so fucking simple. But people want to live in a delusion, right? It is what it is. So Taro said, it is ridiculous at this point. They just don't think they have another choice. Yeah. And that's the whole situation. By the way, if you guys leave comments and I don't see them, it's because sometimes on my live streams, YouTube cuts out some of the comments. They'll show up in the replay. So once the video gets saved or whatever, and you watch the replay, your comments will show up. But I won't be, sometimes I miss comments and people say, why didn't you respond, whatever. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because sometimes YouTube blocks out certain comments depending on what you say. So just keep that in mind. But Orlando says, I support Kimberly. I will keep on you. That's good. I truly believe that everyone should support whatever they want and whoever they want. And that's your prerogative. That's your business. That's your desire. Follow who you want to follow and believe who you want to believe. Me personally, I only believe myself and I only follow myself. There are people that I listen to for reference to see if what they say matches up with what I think or what I believe. And if it does, then I take that person serious. And Kimberly Goguen is one of those people that happens to align with a lot of things that I already believe or knew before I even discovered who she was. So once I saw her speaking, I kind of just was like, oh, wow, this lady knows a lot of things that I know. Not to mention she's talking about a lot of things that nobody else talks about. And then she also puts it in a very uniform, neat little story. Like, this is how it is. And it makes sense, right? And the thing to me that made the most sense is when she talked about the dragon families, right? And how they control the world and all the things that are going on behind the scenes, the things that people don't have a clue about, right? Supernatural shit. And to me, that's the most important because I've dealt with it myself. So I know that for sure she's speaking the truth when it comes to that. Regardless of everything else, that's what I take the most serious because I've dealt with it. I've dealt with demons. I've dealt with aliens. And I know it's real. So those are the things that make me believe her or take her serious. But regardless, like I said, everyone to each their own, right? Believe what you want. Follow who you want. And sadly, like I said, for Trump supporters, they're following Trump and it's leading them to their doom. Now, I don't know who's going to win the election. I have no fucking clue because I'm trying to figure out why in the deep state, or when I say they, or why they're trying to do something, I'm always talking about the demons or the deep state, right? I'm trying to figure out why they're trying to make Trump so popular. I don't understand this logic other than he's gonna lose the election again. But they can't make him lose the election again, because if he loses the election again, then everyone's gonna know how fake that shit is. There's no way he can lose the election again. The only thing I can think is that Biden's not going to be the candidate, and they're going to replace Biden with somebody else. And if they replace Biden with somebody else, then maybe they'll have a way to make Trump lose again, right? But if it's Biden and Trump, there's no fucking way that Trump is going to lose. It's fucking July. And Biden is already, people are, calling for him to leave and step down and not run again. And his supporters are turning on him. So if that's already happening in July, and we still got what, 4 months, 5 months until the election? There's no fucking way Biden makes it to the election as the front runner for the Democrat Party, whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me that could happen. But we'll see, right? We'll see. All I know is the elections are bullshit. That's all I'm going to say. They're all bullshit. The presidents and all these political offices, like governors and all of that, they're all chosen by the demons. The demons decide who gets to be where. I mean, think about it. Nobody gets to pick who's going to run for president and who's going to be the governor. These people always come out of the woodwork. It's like, who's this motherfucker? He just came out of nowhere. And it's funny because they always have a backstory that you never knew, but it's like it was fabricated just so that you can believe that these people are legitimate. So they're like, oh, this guy used to do this. Look, he was always over here. He was always over there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I never heard of this motherfucker before. Now all of a sudden, you want me to vote for this guy? You want me to believe in this guy? I don't know who this guy is. He just came out of nowhere. Trump, he's always been there, right? So he's not a surprise. But that's why Trump is so, I guess, polarizing, is because they've been using him for a long time. They've always had this plan to use him in the manner in which they're using him. And he's basically dividing the country single-handedly. Because either you love Trump or you hate Trump. And the deep state is using him as exactly what they intended him to be. So it is what it is. But, yeah, if you guys want to say anything or ask me any questions or talk about anything, you can go ahead. I'm going to take a quick 1 or 2 minute break. And then when I come back, I hope you guys have some questions or comments or whatever you want to say. I'll be right back. All right, I apologize for that. I'm back. So yeah, probably gonna go for another. How long have I been streaming? What's it been? 45 minutes. Probably gonna go for another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then I'll end it. I'm definitely gonna make a video about what I talked about in this stream because people need to wake the fuck up. And I feel like if people don't see the truth of what's happening, they're going to be in a world that they never wish they were in. That's what I see happening. And not just that, but there has to be some action taken, right? Because it's one thing for people to say, I don't agree with this, I don't support this, I don't want to deal with this, or I don't believe in this, but it's a whole nother thing to do something about it, right? And not agreeing with something is not enough. Supporting someone is not enough. All right, have a good night, Taro. It was nice for you to come by and leave your comments. I appreciate it. And I'm just going to say this to you guys. These live streams are for you guys to talk to me. That's the whole point of these live streams. So you guys can say whatever you want. You can do, well, within the YouTube rules. Say whatever you want, I guess. It's the only thing I can really say. But yeah, I like interacting with my audience and my subs. I appreciate anybody that shows up. Usually have good conversations on my streams. If you watch my other streams, usually the comments are good and the talks are good. But yeah, this was an event, and it's so fake. It's just so fake. It's so. I'm gonna say this again. I don't know if you guys caught this, but I said this in the beginning. There was a man that was talking about the sniper, and how he saw the man going up on the roof, and he told the Secret Service and the police that there was somebody going up on the roof and that they needed to do something about it. And the police didn't do anything. The Secret Service didn't do anything. Nobody did anything. They just watched this man go up on the roof and shoot Trump. I'm like, wow. If that's not a red flag for this shit being staged, I don't know what is. And when I saw the people that support Trump, like the streamers that support Trump, they saw this man say this, and they were like, oh, let's just not address that. And I'm like, well, you're going to pretend you didn't hear this guy say this? This is a literal witness, somebody that was there, ground zero, saw what happened, and you want to ignore the truth? That this shit was fake or staged? The fake part is that people think that the guy missed. No, he shot Trump where he wanted to shoot Trump, which was in the ear. That was the plan. It was supposed to be a fake assassination attempt. It was never meant to be a real assassination attempt. They didn't want Trump to die. If they lose Trump, they lose a lot of control in the world, especially over the American people. So they need Trump. They don't want Trump to die. And when I say they, I'm talking about the deep state or the demons or whatever. They're using Trump as a puppet or a puppet master. I don't know how you want to look at that. But yeah, he's a big piece of their plan to destroy humanity and control humanity and keep people believing in this fake system called the government or whatever, politics, right? People really believe in this shit. But yeah, I'm going to make a lot more content. And like I said, everything I talked about in this video, or the stream, I'm going to make a video out of. Because I feel it's very important. And it is what it is. The blood on his ear was ketchup. It probably was, Taro. It probably was. It was probably, people said, because in wrestling, right? In wrestling, it's scripted or staged or whatever. But in professional wrestling, they do this little thing where they have a razor hidden, and they'll cut themselves just before somebody hits them. And it looks like when that person hit them, they actually like busted them open or made them bleed. But it was just a razor that this person had hidden, and they just cut themselves. And Trump was actually part of professional wrestling for a little bit. Not part of it, but he participated in it. So he has experience in that acting field, I want to say. So it's not. I don't think it's beyond him to fake, some blood. If somebody shot me, I'm not gonna be putting up my hand and pumping my fist in the air like, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck where I'm at or who I am. I'm not going to be celebrating anything. I'm gonna be like, fuck, what the fuck just happened? Like, I'm gonna be shocked, like most people would. But again, because Trump knew that the threat was going to be dealt with immediately, he already knew that he was going to be safe. So he didn't have to worry about it. Like, once he heard, oh, the shooter's down, Trump already knew. He was like, yep, job's done. I'm safe. I can pump my fist. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I'm not going to get shot again. It was all part of the script. But people think this shit is real. It's so fucking funny. Tanya says, it was done so more people keep on the Trump train. Yep. That's exactly what all this shit is about. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out why they want Trump or so many people to support Trump, other than they're going to make Trump lose again. But it can't be to Biden, because if Trump loses to Biden, nobody's going to believe it, right? There's going to be a real big uproar. It would be funny if he lost to Biden. I would die laughing, because I'd be like, wow, if this isn't proof that all this shit is fake, then I don't know what is. I mean, to me, it was already proven in 2020. But if they do it again, I'm going to be like, wow, you guys are really fucking retarded. You get what you deserve. I don't know what else to say. But I believe that the most likely scenario to me is that they're going to have somebody else take Biden's place and put that person up on a pedestal and make him look like he's the Trump beater or something, right? And then people will probably vote for that guy. And they'll say, oh, it was legitimate. Trump lost again. Ha, ha, ha. Because this guy's so popular. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know who the fuck they're going to get. People said Michelle Obama or Gavin Newsom or some other supposed popular person. And I'm like, these people are not popular. Where are they popular at? I don't see anybody celebrating these people. Yet, supposedly, they're popular. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Whoever they put up there as the Trump beater, it's going to be some fake person that they promote as being popular, just like they do with Biden and everybody else. And people are going to buy the bullshit. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I could see how Trump could lose to this person. But it's all fake. I just see a lot of commotion happening during the election in terms of, regardless of who wins, whether it's Biden or Trump, there's going to be a lot of civil unrest. It's the best way to put it. It's going to be violent. I don't think it's going to be peaceful. I don't think people are going to accept whoever wins. And I've said this before. I've said this for since the last election. I was saying this shit. This election is going to be violent. It's not going to be peaceful. And it doesn't matter who wins. I'll say this. Whoever wins the election, the American people will lose. That's a fact. And not just the American people, but the world, because so many people put stock into our politics. Like, there are different countries around the world, different people that actually follow and believe in our bullshit. They believe in our politics and they actually take it serious. And it does make sense to a degree because America has a lot of influence in different countries, right? So I can understand why a lot of people take it serious. But it's all fake. It's all staged. And it's sad that not only do we have to deal with this shit in America, but other countries are affected by our politics. And I don't even want to talk about why we have so many military bases around the fucking world. It makes no fucking sense. Why the fuck are we all over the place? We shouldn't be in all these countries, but we are. And they try to tell you it's for the good of America or our allies or some other dumb shit. Yeah, look at what happened. Look at Afghanistan, right? How did that turn out? We wasted so much time and money there, and then we ended up leaving in such a shitty way. And I was like, really? What the fuck was the point of that? But it was supposedly to fight terrorists and to protect America, even though 9/11 was done by our own government. So, yeah, it's a whole nother story. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm just tired of all the bullshit. I'm trying to explain to people what's going on and show them the real truth. That's all I'm trying to do. I have people that don't like what I have to say. They think I'm too rude, too mean. I curse too much, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to speak the truth. I'm not here to be a light worker or some fairy or some soft person. I'm just here to tell you guys what's going on, and that's it. Take it or leave it. That's all I have for you. So yeah, I got about 5 more minutes. If you guys want to say anything, if you guys have any thoughts, if you have any ideas for things you want me to talk about, I do want to start watching Kim Goguen content again. I'm trying to find her videos. I found a channel on Rumble that uploads her content, but I don't think it's her channel. So I'm trying to find Kim Goguen content again, so I can start watching it again and sharing things with you guys. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have anything you want to share about Kim Goguen or what happened here, you can say it. Go ahead. Don't be shy. Got about 4 more minutes, 3 more minutes. Now I'm going to wrap it up. You guys can say whatever you want. Any comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas? I do appreciate you all coming by, though. I really do. Again, the live streams are for you guys, for the subs, for the viewers to interact with me. That's why I do these. I don't really do them so I can just preach, right? That's what the videos are for. The videos are for me to preach to you guys. The streams are for you guys to talk to me and get your thoughts out. But yeah, all in all, to wrap it up, I'll just say that I do feel like a lot of times I'm preaching to the choir, right? I said this earlier, and I feel like you guys already know the truth. A lot of people that are sub to me or that watch me, you guys know what's going on. I don't really have to explain it and get to elaborate with you. But my hope is not just to tell you guys, because you guys already know, but to get other people that don't know to watch and to see what's really going on. That's what I'm really trying to do. I do appreciate the ones that watch me, but there has to be more action, because I was thinking today, I was like, man, this delusion that I'm trying to break, this illusion that the world is in, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it before I die. And I'm not saying I'm going to die tomorrow, but I'm like, do I have enough time in my life to change the world in the way that I think it needs to be changed? Am I going to make enough of a difference? And I don't know. I know I can't do it by myself. That's for sure. So when I tell you guys things, my hope is, hey, help me out, right? Just like Kim is telling you guys things, she wants help, right? And I'm talking about like spreading the word and making a difference in the world yourself. Like, everyone should be a Kim Goguen. There shouldn't be one Kim Goguen. Everyone should try to be like Kim Goguen, right? And try to make a difference. And I'm not saying use like cosmic lasers to kill aliens. I'm not saying anything like that. But just believe it or not, the way this world is going to change is by word of mouth. It's by people speaking. That's what's going to change the world. Killing people and violence, it's not going to change anything. It's going to be about changing people's hearts and minds. Hey, Kira. It's cool that finally caught you on the stream. Make the difference in you, in your own life, mate. We each can do that. Yes, and that's exactly it. Everyone needs to be their own light, their own beacon of light, not wait for Kim or somebody else to save them. Because I see a lot of that. I see a lot of people that will come to me and they're like, Kim is my savior. They don't say it like that, but I can sense them, and I'm like, you just want Kim to do everything for you. You need to do things yourself. Watching Kim 3 times a week is not going to save you. You need to save yourself. She has said this herself. She's not your savior. Everyone needs to do the work themselves. And if you don't, then nothing's going to change. Everything's going to remain the same, because positive vibes is not enough to change the world. Sadly, I wish it was. If that was the case, then I wouldn't even make YouTube videos. I would just sit here and meditate every day and send out prayers and positive vibes. But that's not how this works. It helps. Don't get me wrong. That stuff does help, but it's not enough. There needs to be more action. I saw someone say, change yourself and the world will change around you. But the problem with that is, if you change yourself and the world is still the same, then we got to be realistic about what's happening, right? You could say that, but if it's not happening, then is that really the truth, right? Like, oh yeah, I'll do everything positive in my life and everything will work out. Yeah, that's cool for your own personal life. Yeah, you can do that for yourself, but is that changing the world? No, right? And if the whole world is crumbling around you and you're living in your own little bubble, it's only a matter of time before the world crumbles in around you. And before it comes after you and destroys you, because you're not like the rest of the world. So that's why people need to change, not just themselves, but they need to affect the world in a positive way. Other people. Because I guarantee you the demons are not sitting around saying, oh, we'll just be evil and that's all we're going to do. No, they make people evil. They change people to be evil. They convert good people into evil people. That's what the demons do. That's why they have such a grip on this world. That's why they control everything. Because they take the initiative and they see the light workers standing on the sidelines like, oh, namaste, everything's so great. They're like, oh, these dumb motherfuckers aren't doing shit. So we're going to do the work and we're going to take over the whole world and control everything. And eventually they'll get to you. They'll leave you alone for now because they see your little light. But eventually they're like, okay, we made everything else evil and you're the only thing left. That's how it works. That's what's happening. But Kira said, Kim's got sass. I like sass. But change starts with me. I've already changed things for the better. It does have, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. There's a ripple effect and it works. It helps people, right? Like if you're a positive person, and sadly I'm not a positive person. I've been upfront and honest about this. But if you're positive, that's another, like a plus, right? That's a +1 on the I'm helping the world list. So that's a good thing, right? And that's good if people do that. But like I said, I see too many people that are positive that they just want the world to change and they're not going to do anything. And sadly, like I said, there has to be more action taken because the evil ones are always doing something. They don't take breaks. They're not like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and just watch. No, they make things happen. And that's why the world is in the state that it's in. So again, if your personal life is cozy and great, that's fine. But people need to, the world needs to change, not just people's personal lives. But anyways, I've said enough. I think you guys get the point. I appreciate you all showing up. Yeah, and I'm going to make a video talking about this and other things. If you have any ideas or anything you want me to talk about, leave it in the comment section. I would appreciate it if you guys support my Patreon. You don't have to, but it's in the description below. If you can you please hit the like button? That'll help get the live out to more people. And I will see you guys. Well, before I leave, let me read what Kira said. Kira says, I prefer the term grounded. My humor is dark because it makes light out of darkness. Yep. That's what has to happen, right? And you're saying it exact. That's what I'm trying to say. Making light out of darkness, right? Because the darkness is making darkness out of light. So we need to make light out of darkness. And that's exactly what I'm saying. But I appreciate your comments and I appreciate everybody. And I will see you guys in the next video. And I'm going to try to do more lives. So again, if you have anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to see, you can give me links. You can send it in my comment sections. And I will see you guys next video.